Hello, I'm Michael Whitberry, and today I wanted to talk to you about something I don't often reflect on publicly: VTubing. Not the shiny clips, not the algorithm wins, but what I've actually learned from doing this for nearly 2 years. In those 2 years, we've grown to 30,000 followers on TikTok and just shy of 3,500 on Twitch, as well as a nice little smattering on YouTube. And more importantly, we've grown a community that feels very, very human. And that didn't happen by accident. In the beginning, when I started VTubing, it wasn't because I wanted to hide. It was because I wanted to begin. And for a lot of people, maybe you included, that's the biggest barrier. Confidence. The camera, your face, that voice in your head saying, "Who do you think you are exactly?" VTubing quietly removes that first wall, and that is an amazing gift. The pros. What does VTubing do right? Let's start with the good, because there is a lot of it. First, VTubing gives people that don't have that much confidence a doorway instead of a spotlight. You don't need perfect lighting. You don't need to feel camera ready, because let's face it, half of the time I spend my time streaming in my hoodie. I don't have to worry about my beard. I don't have to worry about my hair. I don't have to worry about whether my glasses are on straight or not. You just don't need to feel camera ready. You don't need to expose yourself before you're ready to exist publicly. You can start. And starting is everything, and sometimes it is the hardest thing to do. Secondly, it adds a degree of playfulness. A VTuber isn't just a person. It's a character, a moment, a curiosity. People stop scrolling. We all know what TikTok's like, come on. They stop scrolling because they found something that feels different. They lean in, they ask questions, they smile, or, if I was to be completely honest with you, they troll. And that sense of fun, that whimsy, it's powerful in a world that is very tired. Thirdly, customization. Within reason, you can shape how you present yourself. Not as a lie, but as a lens. For me, Michael Whitberry, the avatar and me isn't a mask. The avatar is a frame. It is a digital representation to the closest I can possibly get it, for the fact that I've spent very little on it financially. To me, it's one that lets me articulate, be gentle, be absurd, and be reflective without worrying about how my face looks like at 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, there are parts that people don't want to talk about when it comes to VTubing. It isn't magic, and it isn't perhaps easier to do, it's just different. The cons, and now these cons matter. Now I want you to really hear me when I say this, because it is the biggest thing that I have learned whilst doing VTubing for my content creation and streaming. A VTuber avatar can make it harder for people to connect with you. Now, it makes it a little bit easier than if you just streamed your gameplay with no avatar, no face whatsoever. It does make it that little bit easier, but it is still hard for people to connect with you as opposed to showing your actual face. Don't get me wrong, it's not impossible, but it is hard. Humans inherently bond through faces and connection, micro expressions, eyes, vulnerability we can actually see. When that's removed, you must replace it intentionally. So, whilst that is a con, I would like to give you some advice that hopefully makes life a little bit easier when navigating your way through this. You must speak honestly. Whilst your face may not be genuine, make your words, your emotion, and everything that you are genuine by speaking honestly. Share stories. Let people hear your uncertainty, emotion, whether it's sadness, excitedness, happiness, whatever it may be. Admit when things are hard. And admit when things are going quite well. Be emotionally present. You are presenting a non-genuine version of yourself. So back that up by being as much of a genuine person through personality as you can. If you hide behind the avatar, people feel it. If you open up through it, people stay. If anyone, particularly in regard to that point, has any questions, same for all of these, please leave a comment down below and let me know your questions. I would absolutely love to get back to you all on them. One of the other cons that can come with VTubing is a financial cost. Streaming with your face, your actual face, comes with the cost of a web camera. Whilst you have to have a web camera in order to VTube, the financial cost can add up a little bit depending on how much you really want to delve into it. Whether you use certain softwares or you want certain models done, a lot of software programs will have customized avatar options. Are they great? No, they're not. There is not this big menu where you can really let your creativity out there. Sometimes if you want something specific, you have to have a digital artist create a 2 or a 3D design for you, which can then be integrated into the software. This is a further cost. For example, I use Animaze. That's the VTubing software that I use. FaceRig, Animaze, whatever you want to call it. This has a lot of customizable options in it, and it's great. There is a free version which comes with a watermark, and you don't get all of the customizable options that you can get. You can then pay for it, which removes the watermark and opens up the entire catalogue of options. I will encourage you, if you might not even realize this, if you stream and you make money from streaming, because let's face it, that's the goal for a lot of people, and that's what I do. I do this full time. I make a living from streaming and content creation. I hold my hands up and I am honest. You are required to have a commercial license, which does cost about a couple of £100, I think. Can't remember exactly, they've changed it a few times. But there is a commercial license that if you have it monetized and it's like £500 a month or something, or if you've made £500, you've got to have this license. Otherwise, they can actually revoke your rights to be able to use the animes. So please bear that in mind. Do not start yourself off well to then fall down. But please be aware of the costs. They can add up. We all know the top-end VTubers, and we all know, the likes. They can spend tens of thousands of dollars on artists to create their avatars. Be aware of the costs before you get involved. If you have a budget, find software, find platforms that will work with your budget. Again, put the comments down below if you do have any questions. So to finalize, because I don't want to waffle on at you all day long, I've taken up 9 minutes already. If there's one thing VTubing has taught me, it's this. People don't connect to faces. They connect to truth. The avatar may catch the eye, but you are the one that keeps them there. Your kindness, your humor, your honesty, your willingness to say, yes, this is a tough day. VTubing doesn't remove the work. It just removes a barrier, and then asks you to do the rest properly. If you're considering VTubing, ask yourself this. Not, will people like my model? But, am I willing to let people know me, even if they never see my face? If the answer is yes, VTubing can be a beautiful, powerful, confidence-building beginning. And beginnings is where the good stuff starts. Thank you for watching. This is a brief summary. Please take care of yourselves. Leave a comment down below. I would appreciate a subscription if you can here on YouTube. I am looking to grow my audience here. But until then, let me know what you thought of the video, and I'll see you in the next one.